Hi guys, Mark here. Today I would like to show you how to use colors efficiently in Lightroom. For sure you can use sliders like saturation and vibrance, and you can change saturation of all your picture in few seconds. But this change will be global. I would like to focus today on HCL section. I would like to show you how easily you can change saturation, hue and luminance for every particular color in your picture. You can do that very easily and you can bring your photography to the next level. We can start right now. Short introduction. If you will use slider saturation, which for sure is known for you, you will impact on global colors and it's very easy to oversaturate it. You could see I move it only on 28 and this dress is oversaturated, but sky has not been changed, almost not changed. Okay, so this is not good, at least for that situation. And vibrance. Vibrance is a bit better too. As you can see, it's trying to not oversaturate the colors, but it's also working globally. So it's trying to change every color on your picture, but a bit more smarter. So I really like that tool, but this is not subject of that video. Usually I'm using a bit of saturation and a bit more of vibrance. But what is the topic? Topic is if you would like to impact on particular color on the picture. So for the picture, the best colors to impact are the reds, because she has dress in red color, and the sky, so I mean blue. If you will scroll down a bit, so you will see color adjustment section. And here there are a few sections. Let's focus one by one. Saturation probably is a bit obvious. If you are working with red and will change saturation, you can see you are impacting only on red. Okay, I think this is very obvious. And if you are doing the same with blue, you can see this quite strong effects, but only on sky, or almost only in sky. So this may be quite interesting. So this is about saturation. You can impact on particular colors as you like. If you work with luminance, this is similar. You can impact on particular colors, but of course not saturated at color, but change the brightness. And if we are doing that with her dress, we can see this is brighter or darker. Okay, but what is the most interesting here, at least per my view, the effects on sky. You could see there are details, we can see few clouds, but if we are working with luminance on blue and we are going down, you can see how much more dramatic the sky can be. Right now this is totally too much, of course, but if you are not using it as much, you can just get a lot of interesting details in sky. So if you will combine that with saturation, for example, you can get very nice sky. It's up to you, of course. And the last section here, hue, you can work on the colors and change those colors a bit into different colors. For example, again, the reds. You can move into the pink and you can move into the orange. Of course, this is too much, but if you would like to do small changes, you can slide it only a bit, maybe also combine it with saturation, give less or more, and you can get quite interesting effects. And my favorite example, I mean the sky, so working on blue. If you go into purple, to some extent maybe you will be interested, but later I don't think so. But in going in opposite direction, I mean into aqua, you can see many of you probably likes that color. I'm not a fan. I prefer more natural. But if you are interested, you can change the color of sky into aqua very easy with that section. Okay, so this is how this section looks like. In practice, I personally prefer to not work on particular sections, but to click all and see everything in one shot. This is much simpler, much faster for me. And in the next pictures, I will show you how you can efficiently use that. Okay guys, so this picture has been taken in Benalmádena on Costa del Sol, very morning. This is sunrise and I really like that picture. Even right now you can see there are beautiful colors, but that is also opportunity to make that picture a bit more spectacular. And of course you can go with saturation on vibrance and the effects will be very interesting, I think so, and you will get them very quickly. But if you would like to experiment a bit to get more impact on the final image, that this color adjustment section is for you. So let's try. For sure we have blues, so there is a lot of blue color, so I'm trying to see where it is. Okay, I put it a bit more darker, bit more saturated, and we will try. Maybe I'm going a bit more to aqua. Apart of that, we have yellows and oranges here, so I'm trying to add a bit saturation. I think this is acceptable, and also for oranges. Okay, so I think the climate, the atmosphere is more interesting right now. I will see. Okay. Okay, so maybe we would try to go with oranges into red. Okay. Change saturation of red a bit more. Maybe not. Okay, but let's try what we have here in purple. Okay, there are. So you can see I'm adding saturation, and here we see the differences. I will try to do similar things with Magenta, but not too much. Okay, okay. And again, sky. We can go into that direction. I think it is quite interesting. Or we can go totally opposite here, and it makes sense. Into purples, as this is sunrise, I think it really makes sense. You can also experiment with the light. I think less is better for that picture. Okay, so you could see it was before and this is after. So this is more spectacular, more colorful. If you would like to go a bit further, you can think about global adjustments right now. As you got the shape you expected, you can go a bit further with global adjustments. Okay, not sure to which extent, but as mentioned earlier, you can experiment. Okay, anyway, it was our picture before. Sorry, I cannot find it. Okay, it was before, and this is after. Okay, let's try to do that again on different picture a bit quickly. So again, this is sunrise, so we have great opportunity to work with colors. We can work globally with vibrance and the effects will be quite good, maybe even very good, but we would like to have better impact. So I'm focusing on saturation first and trying to find reds. Okay, there are a bit of reds. Okay, oranges, yellows also. Before, after, small difference, but only here. And the rest of sky. Okay, we have a bit of purple. Okay, before, after, and I expect no effects on aqua. Yes, no effects, and big effects on blue. Yes, So here we can change a lot. Okay, I will see if we have greens. No, greens are not visible here. Okay, so we change saturation. A part of that, of course, we can change the luminance, but I think the biggest effects, the biggest impact on the final image will have hue. And if we focus on blue, so as mentioned earlier, maybe many of you like that aqua color, so we can go here. This is definitely too much, but if we'll go slightly, it can be interesting. Or if we can go in different way, I mean into purple, it can be also interesting. But let's leave it here. Before, after. We can do the same with other colors if this is worth. Okay, maybe change reds a bit. No, this I don't want to move. If you would like to enhance all colors, right now you gave a shape, so you said what you would like to have in which color, but if globally you would like to add a bit more, you can work with saturation, which is maybe not usually the best idea, but with vibrance also. Okay, so you could see before vibrance, after vibrance, you need to find the balance. Anyway, this is before, this is after. Okay, and maybe this is final. Okay guys, bit different picture. This time we are near to Cannes in France. And you could see this is really beautiful place, but it looks like colors has not been correctly reflected. So let's try to fix it. Okay, so looking forward, any blue. Yeah, so there is a lot of blue on the top, but let's leave it for now. Looking for aqua. Yes, I think we have a lot of aqua in the water, so I'm looking to change saturation. Yes, and the effects are quick and spectacular, I think so, and still looks not natural. Changing if that aqua should go to the different color. Not sure. Okay, up to you. I think that is a bit interesting. Also, I'm focusing on sky right now. I added a bit more saturation and maybe a bit more light. Maybe. Okay, by the way, I'm checking aqua, how it impacts if I change luminance. So I think more luminance gives positive effects, so I will live with it. This boat would be more colorful. Maybe even as much. Let's see. Okay. And no, I leave that boat. I'm checking if I have any impact interesting in greens. Yes, I have, but somehow I cannot see it. So let's check with luminance. Okay, so here I think we will just increase luminance. Okay, so this is after our modifications and this is before. So I think there were good changes, and right now that picture is more interesting and better as picture from holidays. If you'd like to make it stronger, of course, as always, you can work with saturation or vibrance, but I'm afraid it would be too much. Okay, done. Okay guys, we are in Dubai, exactly in Dubai Marina. It was taken in at night, more or less at the end of the night. Colors are a bit strange for me, and as usually I do not like aqua. In that picture I would like to go for that. So I'm focusing firstly on blue and changing it to aqua. And you can see the big difference in one slider. Okay, I'm doing also bit changes with purple. Magenta, but maybe I will change saturation for them. Yes, to remove them completely. And I'm checking if we have any original aqua. So there is somewhere, but I cannot see it. So I will just change saturation of blue, original blue. Right now this is also aqua, of course, and I will change it to be a bit more lighter. Quite good. Apart of that, I would like to add a bit more saturation on yellows and maybe on oranges, but I'm not sure now. No, oranges, no. Let's leave it as it is, just adding a bit of yellow. Okay, so you could see before, after, before, after. Quick summary. We were working with colors today, but it were not global colors. We were focused on HCL section to change particular colors separately. Only once we are happy about results, we decided if we'd like to change global colors with vibrance or saturation sliders. Apart of that, in one picture, we went from natural colors into teal and orange. This option can be interesting for a few of you. You could see how easily you can impact on final image with that HCL section. I hope that video was useful for you guys. If you have any remarks, please leave them in comments to let me do better videos next time. Thank you very much, guys.